This your boy Atlantic City, and finally we've gotten around to the season 3 finale of Interrogation of a Predator, where we take our very last look at Paul Westwood. Now a little Atlantic City fun fact. I spent about 25 minutes talking about Paul, doing this video. I already made this video. Guess what? The microphone was muted the entire time. I'm pissed. Yeah, I'm fucking pissed. But you know what? I'm going to put that anger to good use. And I'm going to channel all my anger towards Paul Westwood. Let's get this shit going. Let's look at his chat log, because that's the last thing we have to look at of Paul Westwood. We've already looked at his phone call. We've already looked at all of his fucking interrogation footage. His chat log is all that's left, and we're going to look at that. Now, earlier when I was scrolling through, just to make sure the whole entire chat log actually loaded into this shitty ass program that I make these videos on, but I wanted to make sure and just see how exactly long this chat log was. And as you can tell from me scrolling from the very top, that this is an incredibly, ridiculously long chat log. I've already voted Simply Beyond Slimy. I'm part of that 52 votes because I voted in the original video that I made that was muted. But anyway, before I made that video, I was scrolling down just to see how long the chat log was. And I'm pretty sure that I've already said something about this particular portion of the chat log. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure I've already said something about this. But contrary to popular belief, I do not film or record all of the episodes at once. I don't just sit back for like 3 hours or 2 hours and just watch all the footage and talk about Paul and then just chop it up into different parts. I don't do that. That's exactly why it took fucking over a week for you to get this finale. Because I do them one by one. And maybe I probably should shoot season 4 and all in one big bulk and then chop it up. Probably would give me a little better perspective. I'd have all that knowledge in my mind at the same time. You know what I mean? I'm consuming all the knowledge at the same time. But whatever. What I'm trying to say by saying that is, I'm pretty sure I said something about this particular line in one of my previous videos. It might have even been episode 6, but I'm not sure. But whatever it was that I may have said about this line, I don't remember anything. I don't remember what the fuck I said. So if I contradict myself, I'm sorry. But then again, I may have never even talked about this line, and I might just be tripping, imagining things. I might have dreamed it. Who knows? But we're going to go ahead and get in this chat log. I'm going to stop blabbering. But this line stuck out to me while I was scrolling down to see how long the chat log was. Now, Paul Westwood, Pete Wood 11, on April 17th, 2007 at 6:13 p.m. said, excuse me, okay, how about you let me try and make it up to you tomorrow? I can come down right after church. I can leave around 1 p.m. and we can have all afternoon together. Would you let me do that for you? Okay. This motherfucker is acting like he's doing this little girl a favor. Let's keep in mind, he doesn't know this is a decoy. He doesn't know this is a setup. He probably suspects it might be. But that's not enough to scare him away. And that's speculation anyway. But he says, would you let me do that for you? Let you do what exactly? Potentially ruin a 13-year-old girl's rest of her childhood? Ruin her for the rest of her life? Would you let me do that for you like you're doing her a fucking favor? And then wants to play the church card. Because I'd like to stay here and get to bed early so I can get up and go to church tomorrow. I promise I'll come down after church and come to your house. What about God, okay? God's watching you, right, ain't he, Paul? He's going to see you in his house. You know, praising the Lord, probably clapping your hands, singing along to the gospel. Whatever the fuck you do in church. You might be reading the Bible, shit. You might be watching well, I guess you couldn't be watching a YouTube video in that time. But, well, you could have, but probably not on your phone. But anyway, this motherfucker was wanting to go to church and then go meet who he believes to be a 13-year-old girl and potentially ruin the rest of her life. And he wants to play the fucking church shit. I'm a good Christian. I go to church. Man, fuck that. What the fuck does you going to church that, like, I don't think he's really, I really think he's religious. Like, he's not trying to use this as like a tactic to be like, I'm a good person, little girl. I'm a good person, Kylie. I go to church. I don't think he's using it like that. I think he's really religious, or at least trying to be. And he wants to go to church, not because he likes church, but I think he knows he's a terrible person, and he's trying to improve his life by just going to church. But for him to think, would you let me do that for you, like he's doing her a fucking favor, it makes me want to puke right here on my floor. Right here. I ain't even going to make it to the toilet. But we're going to scroll back up. We're going to go ahead and start at the beginning. This is probably going to be a long video. There's our last look at Paul Westwood. I don't want to see that picture ever again. Unless he reoffends, unless some other news comes out, unless some, breaking news about Paul Westwood appears, man, I'm not talking about this fucking guy ever again. So, Pete Wood first found my minor profile on MySpace. Why would she put I don't know if that colon's not supposed to be there, or if she tried to make a smiley face, or whoever typed that blue text. I don't know. But anyway, hi Kylie. Wrong voice. Hi Kylie. If you want to chat let me try to do a Brian Posner voice. Can I do a Brian Posner voice? Whatever his name is. Can I do a Paul Westwood voice? Let's see. Hi Kylie. If you want to chat sometime. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to be Atlantic City. Hi, Kylie. If you want to chat sometime, add me to Instant Mess. Pete Wood 11 for Yahoo and Popeye 1961 for Hotmail. See you soon. What a presumptuous bastard. A presumptuous bastard to just automatically fucking assume that this girl is going to reply to him. Like, if I got this message, I would probably reply. I would probably type to Paul. I'd be like, hey, Paul, what's going on, man? What's up? But if I saw this, if he put the see you soon part in there, man, I'm like, fuck this motherfucker. Who he think he is? I'm not about to see you soon. See you never, motherfucker, blocked. I don't know who he thought he was. Like, see you soon. Oh, like she's automatically just gonna fucking reply. I don't get it. Sure, my Yahoo is Kylie. Hi, Kylie. Hey. I know you left me MySpace messages. Wait, wrong fucking voice again. I'm really out of my element here. I know you left me messages. God damn it. MySpace messages. Yes, I did. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Pretty good too, thanks. Are you going to be on for a while? By the way, if that's you, you're very pretty. Thank you. You're welcome. Can you hold on for a little while fuck, man, I can't even read. What is wrong with me? Can you hold on for a little while? I need to eat, okay? I'll be back to you in 30 minutes. This motherfucker just met, just started talking, and already, can you hold on for a little while? I need to eat, okay? I'll be back in 30 minutes. So you just want a motherfucker you just met to wait 30 minutes for you to fucking eat your goddamn cabbage sandwich. Your cabbage sandwich. I know that's what he was eating. A cabbage sandwich. What do you think he was eating when he typed that? Tell me what you think Paul Westwood was eating. I think he was eating a cabbage sandwich. But anyway. What a fucking asshole. I'll be back to you in 30 minutes like she's supposed to just fucking wait for this fucking asshole she just met? This guy's a fucking asshole, bro. Was looking at your profile. Okay. Are you really 45? Yes. You okay with the age? Yeah, I guess it's cool. I'm 13. You gonna eat? Okay, cool. I don't mind your age either. He does not mind. She is 13. Yes, I am. Kay, will you be here when I'm done? Think so. Good. I'd love to talk to you more tonight. Get to know you well. I'll be back soon, okay, Kylie? Now that's a little interesting that he would type something like that. I mean, I don't know if he was just trying to have someone to talk to because he's that lonely in his basement home he's got living with his sister. But she tells him she tells him she's 13. And he's like, oh, wait, man, shit, we've got to have a conversation. We've got to. Just hold on, man. I'd love to talk to you more tonight. Get to know you well. You know, you really want to get to know a 13-year-old? Really? What's there to know? They go to school. You know, they got pimples. You know, that's all there's to know. It's just... It's more evidence against Paul and his intentions. Now, we're not going to read the entirety of this chat log. I will be here for literally like 3 hours. And I don't think either one of us is going to enjoy that. You, the current viewer watching this right now, the one listening right now, you know damn well you don't want to listen to me talk about Paul for 3 hours. And I personally don't want to talk about Paul for 3 hours. But I'm going to talk about him as long as I'm going to end up talking about him. But it ain't going to be no 3 hours. Alright, we're going to... I'm going to see if he mentions he ate a cabbage sandwich. Let's keep reading here. Will you be here when I'm done? Think so. Good, I'd love to talk to you. Alright, we already read that. Okay, sweetie. See you soon. I'm back, Kylie. Look, that shit actually took him... Well, no, it took him longer than 30 minutes. I'm not that great at math, by the way. Okay, sweetie. So he's already calling her sweetie. Already calling her sweetie, and then, hi, sweetie. I'm very compassionate, and I love giving you compliments. So I hope you're ready. You know, I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with complimenting a 13-year-old person, you know. Oh, wow, cool shoes. Bro, they light up. Wow, I can't believe they light up. You bump your man on the side. You're like, hey, he's got light-up shoes. Ain't that cool? Tell him it's cool. You know? Yeah. But it's very odd how just what he says is very creepy, man. Let's see. So he's already... Wow, that's sweet. Thanks. Are you? Thanks, as are you, and I'll try and not to go too far. I don't want to make you scared or nervous. So he's already got ill intentions. He's already got ill intentions in his mind. He doesn't want to go too far. He doesn't want to scare her away. He doesn't want to make her nervous. He doesn't want to upset her. He doesn't want this potential victim of his to be scared away. And that is a very telling sentence. All hearts. They are, wish you could see them. One in my lap, blah, blah. Fuck your dogs, dude. Cool, maybe someday we can meet and I can bring them with me. What are you talking about, your dogs? Fuck your dogs. I already said that. I understand, but I want to meet you and let you play with my dogs. See, I was right. Sometimes when I assume, I don't make an ass of you. Sometimes. But I don't want to be pushy. I think you do, or you wouldn't be bringing up meeting. Oh, let's say it's fucking 2 days into meeting this person. You already want to meet someone who told you they were 13? Okay. It's not like you developed it's not like he had the time to develop a fucking deep friendship. Like, maybe if he's been talking to this 13-year-old girl, I say this with air quotation marks, I'm moving my fingers, you can't see them, but I can, and I wish I had someone else's fingers. But, you know, it's not like he's already had 7 months of getting to know this person and actually being friends with him, you know, building some sort of bond, you know, whatever. He's only fucking 2 days into knowing this person, and he's already willing to meet someone who he believes to be 13 and has ill intentions toward, because he doesn't want to scare her away by revealing his true intentions of wanting to fuck. This guy is nasty. I don't want to be pushy. Well, you're pushing it. You're pushing your luck, and you're going to lose. Okay, you're going to catch a whammy or two. Wish we could cuddle together in this weather. I'd like that. I bet you would, Paul. I bet you would. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go on record. I don't think I've said this at all. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I really don't remember what I say sometimes. But I liked Paul. Now, I don't want to offend anyone or piss anyone off by saying that, but it was something about Paul, okay? I don't know if it was the fact that he sounds like the guy from Mission Hill, the fact that he talks like the guy that plays Bert on Big Bang Theory, Brian Posner, something like that. I'm sorry, Brian. I can't never remember your name, bro. I hope you forgive me. But I don't know I don't know what the feeling was. I don't know if it was sympathy, if I felt sorry for him just because he lived in his sister's basement and he was already a divorcee or divorced. I don't know if divorcee is just for women. I don't know that. But whatever. I'm never getting married anyway, so I don't need to know this knowledge. You don't need to. I normally appreciate the knowledge, but I don't need the knowledge this time. You can keep it to yourself. But I don't know if it was me feeling sympathy or feeling sorry for him, or, you know, I don't know what it was, but, you know, I didn't feel the same way really about any other Predator except for maybe Richard Brault, just because he was so fucking young, and, you know, but even he, I mean, it's no excuse for it. And it's no excuse for Paul, but it was, even throughout all the fucking interviews with Kathy and the other unfamiliar faced fuck or whatever he was, you know, it was something in me trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. It was something about Paul that, you know, I don't know. I don't know what the feeling was, but I was hoping, and I'm only saying this because maybe previously I could have came into this in some sort of biased way. Not biased like he's my uncle and I'm like, leave my uncle alone, okay? He's a good man. You know, I'm not related to this cocksucker. I don't give a fuck about this man. You know what I mean? But it was something about Paul that was warm and fuzzy. You know, it was something about him that, I don't know. I really think it was just because he talked like the guy from Mission Hill and the guy that played Bert on Big Bang Theory. But whatever it was, all of that has been crashed. It's in the ground now. It's been buried. It's a couple feet deep. Not too deep. I mean, if you dig, you can find it. But it's crashed and burned at this point. I have no sympathy or whatever the feeling that it was previously. Fuck this guy. Fuck him. He could die tomorrow, and I'd be like, hey, Paul died. You know, it is what it is. Probably give you some kisses, too. I'll hold you tight and stroke your hair to calm you. I read them backwards. I don't care. And this is all in the same fucking 2 days that he just met this girl. Someone who said she was 13. Someone who didn't even give any sort of sexual indication, like that she wanted that from him. He just automatically brought that in. You know what I'm saying? He brought that in. He brought up the sexual stuff. He didn't want to scare her away. He didn't want to make her nervous. He didn't want to lose her. Now he's talking about giving her some kisses too. You know, wish we could cuddle together. And the decoy, to my knowledge, has not given any sort of go or sign that she wants this type of shit. So basically at this point, Paul is harassing who he believes to be a 13-year-old girl, and he thinks that Yahoo, he thinks his Yahoo account can't be banned for some shit like that. But because it's To Catch a Predator, because it's perverted justice, they're not going to ban him. No, they want to talk to him. And I'm glad they did. Fuck Paul. I'll hold you tight and stroke your hair. I already read that. We're just going to read the bold texts from this point on. Oh, too bad. I'm not there to help you stay calm. This is cuddling weather. Yes, I'd love to cuddle with you if you like that. I'd protect you from the storm. You're not going to protect her from anything. Maybe an STD if you wear a condom. But I doubt you've had enough sex to have an STD. So you could probably do it raw with no rubber, and she wouldn't have to worry about anything. I'd hold you real tight and make sure nothing or no one hurt you. So I don't know if he's just trying to be like, oh, yeah, like the blue text says. He seems to be working hard to get her to think of him as a protector. A common grooming technique, and it is. He's trying to come off like he's a fucking hero, like, oh, I won't let nothing happen to you. Oh, I just want to ruin the rest of your life, but I won't let nothing happen to you while I make that happen. I know, especially when we cuddle, you'd feel nice and warm in my arms too. I'd hold you real tight so nothing hurts you. Well, what the fuck's gonna hurt her while you're laying on the couch? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to hug you so much. I get lonely a lot. Well, I'm sure that basement is very lonely. Paul, I'm about out of words for you, you little motherfucker. I do too. I'd love to do it for real sometime if you like, but I'll let you decide. I wish we could keep each other company more often. I'd like that a lot. Go for walks, hold hands, do anything you want. So, Paul's divorced. I can understand that he's probably lonely in that basement at his sister's. But going after a 13-year-old is not the move. You know, that's not the move to make. That's not going to better your life in any way. It's just going to make it end up what it became. I wish we could keep each other company more often. I'd like that a lot. Go for walks, hold hands. Now, how do you plan to walk, especially like Richard Brault? Richard Brault could probably walk around with the decoy, holding hands on the beach and go for walks and do all of that, and nobody would probably bat an eye. Nobody would probably even be suspicious. But if you see Paul Westwood walking, holding hands with a fucking 13-year-old girl, something's up. You gonna get fucking reported. Somebody, some bystander, some citizen is gonna fucking report that shit. Or maybe you might even walk past a cop and they're gonna be like, that shit ain't right. Hold on. Let me go see these motherfuckers. I don't know how he thought that he was going to go for walks and hold hands with who he believed to be a 13-year-old girl. I don't know. I don't know if he was just that lonely that he thought that could possibly become a reality for him. Or if he desperately wanted that to happen with a 13-year-old girl. I think it's really a little bit of loneliness that has pushed Paul to this point. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure he's, even maybe before he got married to his ex-wife and before him and his sister had problems, I'm pretty sure he already had some sort of attraction to children going on or developing in his head. I'd love to go on a long moonlight walk with you and hold hands. And, I really don't think he's trying to trick her with, like, romantic things. I don't think he's trying to be, like, saying all this romantic shit to try to woo her or something. I really think he wants to do these things. I really think he's a fucking romantic. And he's just so desperate for love. He just wants to be loved. I don't think that's a ploy at all. I think he's being very sincere when he says some shit like that. Wish I could see you in that nightie. I think he's being sincere right there. A nice. Bet your knees are cute too. The knees. That is odd. The knees. You might as well have said elbows. Like, what the fuck? The knees? I'm fucking done with you, Paul. Not the knees, man. You done fucking took it too far, man. You gonna talk about her knees? You are too important to me. Yes, someone you just messaged 2 days ago and have only been talking to for like a day is someone that is important to you. Now, I don't think he's being sincere there at all. Thanks, baby. Oh, wrong voice again. Thanks, baby. Now he's calling her baby. What do you want to do tonight? So you'll be alone for 4 days. I'd love to tuck you in and kiss you goodnight. I was really about to say I'd love to fuck you in the ass. I really thought that's what it said. But I had to read it again. Of course, I'd crawl in there with you too to make sure you're warm. Well, you're going to make her real warm, aren't you, Paul? I'd never do that. Not on purpose. I care about you too much. Dude, you just met the bitch. You don't... Fuck you, Paul. Fuck you, man. But I need to turn in. I have an early day tomorrow. Can we chat tomorrow or get your number so I can call you? I mean, he must got a church committee to go to. Something. I bet it's something about church. He got to go pick up his new Bible. He got engraved and all that. Something about church I bet he had to do tomorrow. Blah, blah. Let's keep... Anytime, Kylie. I'm here for you as much as I can be. Always remember that. I'm thinking that's just a grooming tactic. No, I wouldn't mind talking to you on the phone sometime. Just let me know. I don't know. I think that was probably a little ploy to be like, I don't know if this girl's real. Maybe I should get her to talk on the phone, see if she sounds 13. I'm thinking that might be what it was, but I'm thinking Paul is so blinded by the very thought of love and having someone to cuddle with, I think blinded his judgment. Maybe he never did suspect. Did he ever ask if she was a cop? We're probably not going to make it that far because this video is already long enough, I'm sure. Be with you more often. Well, how often are you going to be able to be with a 13-year-old? Okay, realistically. She has school, probably soccer practice. I don't know how you're going to work around that schedule, Paul. I just don't know how you're going to do it. Can't wait to talk to you on the phone. He wants phone sex. Make out, cuddle, tickle each other, then see what happens. Yeah, 'cause tickling always leads to sex. I wish we were together tonight. I'd love to feel your soft skin next to mine. I don't know. I feel like his skin is like snake skin. I'm sure you would do fine if you got the chance. I'd show you a few things too. So now you want to teach her. It would be fun and very romantic being with you. You know what? I'm done. I'm so lonely today. All I want is to have you in my arms and kiss you all afternoon. No, I believe him. I definitely, sincerely believe him when he says that. I think he really wants someone to hold in his arms. It shouldn't be a 13-year-old girl, but he desperately wants someone to hold in his arms. I got the fucking hiccups. Just perfect. If it ain't one thing, it's two. Paul is fucked. I don't know if Paul was just willing to go as low as 13 just to get some sort of companionship. But I think he's always had some sort of desires for younger girls. And I think that's evident by how quickly he moved into some sort of sexual conversation. Like, the decoy didn't bring anything up like that, and he's just automatically initiating it. And it's very telling, I would say. I think Paul definitely has a problem. Probably not going to ever be solved. Not like it can be solved. I don't think he can be cured. Not Atlantic City Live. That's the wrong thing. Okay. That's Paul. I'm done talking about Paul. I'm done with this motherfucker. Paul, he is a sick man. And if he's in your neighborhood, you might as well go toss eggs at his car. Paul, I think, really was a lonely guy. And I think maybe the loneliness was enough to push him to the edge and to initiate some sort of conversation with someone who he believes to be 13 and initiate a meeting and sexual conversation. I don't know if he's done this before. Please let me know. I appreciate the knowledge. Please let me know if he has. If he contacted other decoys or if he has reoffended in the future. But that's really not going to change what I'm about to say or how I think about Paul. I think he was really, living in his sister's basement. He's got a divorce. I think the loneliness pushed him over the edge to go ahead and go with this meeting, but I think that the desires for someone underage and underage girls and younger girls, I think that desire may have always been a part of Paul, or at least a part of Paul since adulthood. I do think that he may have not acted upon some sort of these feelings. I mean, maybe anything else could have pushed him to that point. Maybe when he turned 60 or 50, it would have just been like, oh, fuck. I can't fight it anymore. And then he might have just did it then. But I truly do believe that the loneliness and the divorce and his basement situation and everything, I really think that led him to essentially falling for a 13-year-old girl or someone who he believed to be 14. And I think that while the attraction to children or younger girls, whatever you want to call it, it always existed in Paul, at least since adulthood. But I think all the situations that led Paul to where he was in his life at that point is what pushed him over the edge to go ahead and do that. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's Paul Westwood. I'm getting the fuck out of here because I don't like this motherfucker. This your boy Atlantic City. I'm gonna catch you next time, and I'll see you then.